Hey YouTube, RP here. Hey, I'm going to teach you how to take the Spider-Man 2099 outfit and attach the shins and the calves. Stick around, I'll show you how to do it. Wanted to show everybody a couple of things. I got my Spider-Man 2099 armor from DO3D. It's a fantastic file. You can see the details here, and it breaks all the pieces down for you. So when you put them on your printer, they're easy to print. The thing that I just did not like as much were the calves. And if you look at the calves here in this model, you can just see that they're kind of bulky. So I actually went to Etsy and I found this STL file of the Spider-Man 2099 outfit by Galaxy 3D Print. This is owned by an individual named Alexander in the UK, from what I can gather. And these thighs seem to be so much more trim and slender and more form-fitting. Let me show you what they look like on a build plate. So here are the actual STL files in Cura, and you can clearly see the differences between these two. The one here on your left is the file I got from Etsy, and the one here on the right is the DO3D file. Now the designs are similar-ish. You can see it's got the nice trim that comes down the front that's highlighted in red. But when you start to look at the files, you can see this is just really bulky on the calf, where this is really slender and sleek. And I just preferred the fit and the look of this Etsy file. And again, that was by Galaxy 3D Print. So you decide what you want to do. Now, the benefits of this DO3D file is if I click on this and pull this away, you can see that the file was designed for magnets. So these will slip in really nice, and then there's also a tab here to keep everything from subducting. Okay, that's the DO3D file, and it opens side to side. Now, the other file, if I show you this opens front to back, but you can see there are no places for magnets. There are no tabs. You just have to figure it out. I'm going to show you how to do that. So here are the actual STL files in Cura, and you can clearly see the differences between these two. The one here on your left is the file I got from Etsy, and the one here on the right is the DO3D file. Now the designs are similar-ish. You can see it's got the nice trim that comes down the front that's highlighted in red. But when you start to look at the files, you can see this is just really bulky on the calf, where this is really slender and sleek. And I just preferred the fit and the look of this Etsy file. And again, that was by Galaxy 3D Print. So you decide what you want to do. Now, the benefits of this DO3D file is if I click on this and pull this away, you can see that the file was designed for magnets. So these will slip in really nice, and then there's also a tab here to keep everything from subducting. Okay, that's the DO3D file, and it opens side to side. Now, the other file, if I show you this opens front to back, but you can see there are no places for magnets. There are no tabs. You just have to figure it out. I'm going to show you how to do that.
So the Spider-Man 2099 calves, I actually didn't use the DO3D files for the calves. Those were much larger. I used a different file, which I will put in the description below for the calves. And essentially these calves came in two pieces, a front and a back. But there were no tabs, no places to put magnets. Some designers actually put little holes where you can place magnets. On the DO3D file for the arms, the designer put these holes for these neodymium magnets on both the back side and the front side of the arm. And those go together really nicely. But these calves did not have that. So what I ended up doing to make this work is putting them just together with magnets. There was nothing from keeping them shifting back and forth or up and down. So with these being in a part of my leg where at the base of my foot, there's going to be a lot of bending of my ankle and moving. I needed to keep these really sturdy. So the first thing I did is I went in and I added these plastic pieces. So if you've ever seen in your printer settings for your 3D printer a raft, I just print big square sheets about 3 layers, 4 layers thick of raft material only.
Okay, what's a raft? Let me show you. I should explain this. This is Elegoo Slicer. A raft is simply just plastic that's printed in a square section. I just downloaded a box off of Thingiverse, and I think it's just called Base Square or something like that. You can make this in Tinkercad. Put it on your build plate. This is Elegoo Slicer. I have a Centauri Carbon, but you can use any slicer. But you need to now determine the size and the thickness. I like to make mine pretty thin, so I get this as thin as I possibly can, and then I slice it, and this might be too thin. Let's go ahead and slice this and see what we get. And again, determine the size. If you want it bigger, you can make it bigger, but then slice this up. Yep, it's too thin. So I will go in and put a couple of layers in here, just make it a little thicker. That should do. And there we go. This is 5 layers thick. That might be a little thick. I like to keep mine around 3, but you can experiment with that. And that's how you make a raft. You simply just get a square piece and you put it on your build plate, make it as thick as you need, and now you can cut it to whatever desired piece that you are looking for.
And then I cut it. I cut it to size. And you can see what I've done to cut this here. And when I cut it, it's of course very flat, very straight, very rigid. And this actually has a bit of a curve to it. So what did I do to get that? Well, what I did is I taped the flat pieces in after I cut them. And with the tape there, I actually soldered them in, plastic welded them in with a soldering iron, and I just pushed the soldering iron right through the tape and into the raft so that it would stick to the calf. And then once that was dried, pulled the tape off, and then I finished plastic welding around the raft to make it extra solid. To get the curve, I actually put a lot of heat on this tab, got that all flexible, like it was literally like wobbling back and forth. I put on the other side of the calf, and then what I would do is I would take tape and I would press the tape against the other side of the calf to mold that flexible raft to the shape of the other side of the calf. And then that way, once it dried, it had that specific shape. Now, the point of the raft is to make sure that I've got good alignment so that when this goes together, it doesn't go back and forth. Now, I've done the same thing with magnets. I've put magnets down here at the bottom. I've done one magnet bar here, a magnet bar here, two up here, and the same thing over here. So now, when these go together, these neodymium magnets are really, really strong, and they go together just great. I'll show you what that looks like. For the shoe, I actually got these shoes from Rio Studios, who did a Spider-Man 2099 suit. And he posted a link, and I thought these looked so good. They are super flexible, very comfortable. There's a shoe topper that you print, and it already comes just like this. You just have to print it, then paint it. I put an elastic band at the bottom, glued it to the sides, and then on top of the shoe, I used one of these little square pre-cut pieces of Velcro. I took my rubber cement, put it on the shoe, on this material, and then I put rubber cement on the backside of the Velcro, let it set up for 15 minutes, and then I put some Velcro on the inside of the shoe topper. It's not going anywhere. So let me show you what this looks like with the calf and the shoes on. Okay, I've got these on, and as you can tell, these really are very comfortable. There's a lot of flexibility in these. They look great with the shoe topper. I love the color. They've got a good seal on them all around. Yeah. Maybe there's a little bit of a better angle. Nice flexibility. There you go. That's the calves. It's super easy. Other than getting them painted and getting the magnets in and the rafts, which is all easy. It just takes time. Really super easy to do, and looks great. Now, the other thing is the knee components. That was throwing me off a great deal. And let me show you what I did for that. Yeah, you guessed it. Velcro strap. Kneecap, side pieces. And these actually go like this. I've got some Velcro on the receiving side. I've got some Velcro on the front side, really back side, front side. These are all attached with Velcro. And the shin, or the knee, is going to attach right to this Velcro piece on my knee. Let me show you what that looks like. And there we go. You've got the pieces that wrap around the side of the leg. You've got the knee. It bends nice. And with the thigh on top of this, it really blends in nicely. These actually go underneath the thigh. And as you can see here in this video that I'm going to show you, you can see how those pieces get hidden, but they look really sharp. So that's it. There's just a lot of, like, once you get this figured out, it's super easy. It's just putting some Velcro pieces together with elastic banding and putting those pieces that need to be attached to them onto those bands and Velcro components, and you're good to go. I hope this video was helpful. It was really super easy to do. You can go ahead and leave any comments or questions. I'll be happy to answer them. But like and subscribe, and hope you found this tutorial helpful, and we'll check you next time. Thanks.